Good evening, fellow second wave division agents. This is Lihim. I'm going to be your host and guide for the Underground DLC tonight. Can't promise you stellar gameplay, but I can promise you an enthusiastic host, because I am trying to get this shit done. Alright, let me do a little bit of housekeeping. Let me unmute the PS4 remote play, minimize that. Let's do another little sound check. Check, check, check. Mic definitely moving. I got my quotes hidden for now. And I think the music actually could come down just a little bit. Not too much. Just a little bit. Tonight I'm actually going to try playing the Division with some music tonight. I think that will require me actually going into the screen and turning it down. We're going to see how that goes. And let me minimize Winamp. Yes, I do use Winamp, not Spotify. Yes, I am old. That is okay. Alright. So let's take a look at my progress for Undergrounds. I have 2 trophies left to get in this DLC. One is to reach rank 40, and I'm almost there. I'm at 37, and I have to get all the story drops. And let's check out how much I have left. Alright, we gotta go over to expansions. Ooh, okay. I think I went too far. No? Alright, so I have 40 out of 55 audio journals and 19 out of 25. So right down there, I have 59 out of 80. So I have 21 more drops to get. That means at the minimum, I have to run underground missions 20, or at least 21 more operations of underground missions. At minimum, 21. Or maybe I could do less missions with more phases, which would mean more like, you know, multi-mission type of assignment. But yeah, I'm close. I should be done with the undergrounds. Probably not tonight, but sometime next week I should be done with this. Alright. And with that said, let me take a look at my gear. Not really go through it all, but I just want to see how much I have. Alright, stash is 56 out of 150. That's not too bad. My personal gear is getting kind of high, but I'm still pretty good for all intents and purposes. And yeah, I think that'll be it. I think to start off the night, we're just going to run a nice, easygoing, simple mission to get those story drops going on. And 3-phase directive 5. Okay, yeah, we're just going to go with what I said. Something nice and easy. Normal. Phase 1 operation. And we're just going to... No directives, nothing. We're just going to start off nice and easy. Nice and easy going. Alright? Also, do I want to keep the music on? I gotta make that up. I gotta make my mind up now. You know, let's try it. Let's try it. Let's see how this works tonight. I usually don't have the music going with the Division, but for tonight, I think let's try it out. So if that's going to be the case, let me go into there have to be some kind of options I have here. All right, settings, audio, and let's turn that down to yeah, I guess that stays that way, huh? Mixtape, home cinema. I don't even know what the hell that means. Visuals? I actually never looked at all this stuff. Yeah, I never saw this stuff. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let me increase this actually. Let me increase this by a good amount. I was actually looking for this. Alright, if this is at 20%, let's try this. My aim is pretty shitty, so let's not turn it up too much, but my aim sensitivity can stay at what it is. Move around corner with a button press. I wonder how different it's gonna be now. Alright, we're just gonna go back. Ooh, if I get an audio log, I might have to mute the music though, so I'm gonna soak in those story drop atmospheres as much as I can, but until then, we're just going. We're punching it. We're going. And I think this would be a time to turn on the quotes here. Alright. Now, in case you're new to the stream, I do like to, one thing I like to do is I like to talk about game design, which a lot of streamers do and gamers do in general. However, what I like to do is I like to talk about the game I'm playing and the design aspects of it as filtered to the principles and the design thoughts of industry professionals. That's what I like to do. I like to try to bring at least a little bit of credibility. Not so much because I know so much about game design, but these people do. And let me refresh this, because even though it wasn't visible, it's been cycling this whole time. And this will start over the whole pattern. Alright, and I'm going to have to make that its own window. And there it is. Alright, so let me minimize OBS, and I think we're going to be good to go here. Alright. Time to blow through these guys. Now, let's start off with the quote. We have Lens 8, holographic design. This comes from the renowned game designer Jesse Shell. He actually, he was quoted by the Forbes article covering Star Citizen. I just read it today. I was following Skill Up's Twitter, and he tweeted about it. Alright, so here's a lens of game design, and these lenses are mostly made for people actually making games. What the lenses are supposed to represent are a series of related questions that game designers should ask themselves while they're making games, and by answering them with things in their game that they're making, the ideal is that it will result in a better game. Obviously, I'm not making the Division. I am just some random streamer slash dork Division player having nothing to do with the involvement of making the Division, but still can use the lens to analyze their design, which is exactly what I'm doing. Alright, so with that said, the first question is, what elements make the experience enjoyable? Okay. So what elements of the Division actually make it enjoyable? Well, there are actually a couple. If you've heard me or seen me stream about the Division for any length of time, I will go on and on and on and on and on about its environmental storytelling, right? Because when you think of storytelling or a game's story, maybe the first reaction is like, oh, the cutscenes, right? Oh, the cutscenes. It's not just the cutscenes that deliver a story. It's in the case of the Division, and in a game like Dark Souls, right? A lot of the environment a lot of the story is told through the environment, right? Now, we don't get to see it so much in the Underground DLC because it's a bunch of map nodes kind of RNG together. But at least in the base map, the PvE map, above ground, you come across so many situations that tell these little stories of what may have happened there, and I really do enjoy that. I do enjoy the cover-to-cover movement a lot. Like when you're in cover. Here, I'll even demonstrate it. So when you're in cover, if I could get into cover, all right, cool. And you get to select the next destination you want to go to by just aiming there and pressing X. That's really enjoyable. The shooting is fairly decent. I'll say that. Shooting is fairly decent. I don't necessarily like how complex the game is and how but we're talking about what's enjoyable, so never mind. Let me get off that train. Talking about what's enjoyable. The story itself, aside from the environmental storytelling, I do enjoy it. I won't say it's like the best story I've ever come across in a game or movie, but I do like it. I do like it a lot. What else? From my limited time in the DarkZone, I really enjoy that unique mix of PvE-VP or PvP-VE, however you want to say it. That's a tomato-tomato situation, but I do enjoy that. And I think that's all that comes to the top of my mind. Let me make sure I didn't pass any story drops while I'm rambling off the mouth here. No, it doesn't look like I did. Okay. And yeah, I think that's it for now. Like what I enjoy about the game: the environmental storytelling, the movement from cover to cover, the story itself, how it's structured, the DarkZone. I think that's a good first couple answers for the holographic design lens. All right, second question is, what elements of the game detract from the experience? Good. I'm glad I kept it on the positive. All right. In my opinion, and of course, these are my opinions. Things that detract from the experience of the Division, the first and foremost, I think, is how needlessly complex, like, the stat system is. right? They're not fully explained. I've been playing this game for quite a while now. I still don't understand how all the systems work. I just started recently getting an idea of how to put like a build together. Not that I'm like Mr. Meta and I have the best build already, but I just started now. I don't like how that information was not made very clear to me. What else? I'm shooting a JTF. Speaking of JTF, I understand Massive Entertainment, they were trying to go for a feeling that you are a special agent soldier, but you're fighting alongside the military. It's not a one-man army, but they do get in the way a lot. I don't like that Massive didn't really seem to try to innovate past the Gears of War cover scheme all that much. Like, this game could do with a lot more mobility, and I'm not talking about like Uncharted or anything like that. But this game sorely needs like a manual crouch, a quick turn, maybe even laying prone, especially for like a tactical kind of sneaky game like this that it can be. Not saying it's a stealth game, but there are elements of stealth that would benefit from everything I just listed. And what else? What else? I wasn't there at launch, so I don't have as many issues that other players may have. I came in about a year and a half ago, and I've been kind of enjoying myself. I picked up this game and all the DLC for $30, so I feel I got my money's worth. I think those are the two things that stand out to the top of my head right now. It looks like I have a time limit right now. All right. All right. Let me check for story drops real quick. I think I'm still good. Yeah, I'm still good. All right. Yeah, I gotta beat this time limit. What elements of the game detract from the experience? I think I actually bled into this question a little bit more in my previous reply, so my apologies for that. But I guess I'll just repeat myself, like the fact that there's not enough signifiers for all the affordances in this game, that really irks me. And I'm gonna have to listen to this later because I'm on a time limit.
If you think things are going back to the way they were,
or maybe I can listen to it while I'm going here.
Than you were when you signed up for the division. It's survival of the fittest now, and that's us. Me and Keener and any division agents who have the capacity to be honest with themselves.
Also, this is a first wave agent, huh?
It's time to drop the bullshit and admit we are our own best chance. Democracy is dead. The rules are ours to make now, and one of my rules is no more hypocrisy. You know how the JTF and the Div backed out of the DarkZone, leaving all those people to die? Yeah, I get it. Maybe they would have died anyway. You have to pick your battles. But let's just see how the JTF feels when their little quarantine zone gets zapped for a change. Got some plenty of other trade guns in exchange for that little thing. Wow. Maybe I'll see you out there, Agent. Looking forward. Over and out.
Alarm detected.
Okay. So that was for first wave agent. That was alright. As long as they're not Hunter, I'll be alright. I think. I should be alright. Alright, so yeah, what detracts from the experience? I'm trying to think here while still getting... Oh wait, my time limit's over.
Nice job taking out.
Alright, that was relatively easy. That was it? Sweet. I'll take that nice easy mission. Yeah. Alright, so now all you gotta do is get the fuck out of here. That was fine. I'll do some phases like that. That's not a problem. Alright, so what detracts from the experience? The lack of innovation post Gears of War cover system, I think it really hurts this game. Like I said, I'm not asking for Uncharted. Now, I'm reading the next question. So, it says, what can be changed to improve the experience, but it's also what elements of the game detract from the experience. I think I'm just bleeding these all together, aren't I? So, I guess, yeah. My main issues with this game are, I guess I'll just explain them plainly, is the limited mobility you have at times. Like, there are definitely some situations you run across in this game. It seems like your spec ops agent who's done it all should be able to climb over some stuff or transverse some environmental objects. Simply cannot. The cover system, while I really do like the cover-to-cover movement, it's still stuck in the Gears of War era, just way too much. Now you hear the phrase clunky thrown around a lot when you hear like YouTubers or reviewers talking about games. They say clunky and they assume you know what that means. But I guess exactly what I mean is the movement system in this game. It's not as responsive as I would like it to be in this type of game. Like when I'm getting shot in the back, I would really like, a quick turn button. Like, hey, I'm getting shot in the back. I turn around, there you are. All right, I'm dealing with you. But sadly, that's not the case. And I see that we have a new quote up, so I'll stop harping on the lens of holographic design, and we're gonna move on to lens 5 actually here. Yeah, let's just keep these easy missions going, because like I said, I'm only really after the 2 more trophies I got to do, which are the story drops and the maxing level out here. And I have a feeling that at the current pace, if I keep trying to max out my experience, I'll reach rank 40 before I get all the drops. I would prefer it to be the other way around. So let's just confirm operation. I don't know what I'm trying to do here. All right, so next quote is lens 5 of endogenous value. What is valuable to players in this game? All right, we're gonna assume that money is out of the equation because the players already purchased the game, they're already playing it. So we're assuming that the game, from whatever they were able to derive before purchasing the game, it was at least worth a purchase and worth a look. All right. So I would say in any kind of looter shooter like this, where grind is kind of built in, a player's time is valuable. But if we're talking about actual objects and things in the game, I think it comes down to loot, and I think what precedes that is a solid understanding of the game's mechanics. Because you don't know what loot and what gear really suits your playstyle and what you're trying to do if you do not understand the game's mechanics. But true can be said for every game, but some games demand that more than others. Like you do need to understand how Pong works to do well at it, even if it's so simple. So if we assume that's true for every game, which it is, I think loot, and there seems to be a sense of community in the game from what I've seen. But again, I'm not experienced in this game enough to really say that's like as a solid guess. But there seems to be like a solid sense of community here, especially with a game that's 3 years old, and the only people that play it right now, after the sequel came out no less, are people that really like this game. So I would also say out of that, like I think for this type of game in particular, like a strong end game and like things that you can keep doing, you can keep repeating and getting rewards and drops, so it has a whole carrot and stick thing going on for the end game. But yeah, basically what it comes down to loot. Maybe you want to throw in like camaraderie in there for a community. I would say some players like me definitely appreciate the story or value the narrative elements. Like narrative elements have always been a big part of the game for me. Even if it's like kind of minimal or there's not too much effort or the effort looks like it's not a lot of effort, but it actually is. But yeah, some players definitely value the narrative, because Massive definitely took some time and love to actually make the narrative married to the mechanics pretty well, I have to say. My hat's off to them for how the mechanics and the lore marry up, especially with the DarkZone. Next question is, how can it be made more valuable? That's
Updated.
not too sure about that. Because value is basically what anyone's willing to sacrifice or pay for something, right? So I was reading that article on Star Citizen, and people are buying virtual ships within that game for like thousands of dollars, which is batshit insane to me, but it might be sensible to them, and especially considering it's their money, they can spend it on whatever the hell they want. I don't really care.
Warning. Hostile.
The reason I say that is since there's a lot of this is a looter shooter, and there's a lot of RNG to get the stuff you want. You can make stuff more valuable by decreasing the chances you get any given drop, any piece of gear. that would make it technically more valuable, but would it make it more fun? And if the fun of a game decreases, wouldn't that by extension decrease the value of everything in the game, right? Because if you're not having fun playing it, if you don't want to play it, if you're having so much unfun you don't want to play a game anymore, then pretty much all the value for every object in the game has decreased to 0. So that's a careful line to walk. I'm trying to really think. Now I don't know if there is, and if there is, it'd be great. But at least from the narrative side, they could have made there could be like comics that add to it, either in game or outside of the game. There could be like more cutscenes and things of that, or more. What's the word I'm searching for? I'm praising this game for its environmental storytelling, and I wanted to say maybe there's a more emphasis on that aspect, but there already is so much. There already is so much environmental storytelling in this game. Again, it's not really evident in the DLC here. This is a bunch of nodes just RNG together, but yeah, I'm kind of hard-pressed how to make this. Well, to me, this game would be more valuable if the movement made just a little bit more sense. If there was a little bit more emphasis on stealth and mobility, that would make it more valuable to me, but I don't know if that's actually answering the question directly.
Alert. Now detecting hostiles.
Alright, so let me get to the next question before I run out of time. What is the relationship between value in the game and the player's motivations? Let me actually think about that for a second. What is the relationship between value in the game and the player's motivation? This is racking my brain because I'm not sure I fully understand the question. To be honest with you, I'm not sure I fully understand it. I don't know. I'm thinking like, wow, I might have to turn off the music to actually think about this. Like, I think I need like, what is the relationship between the value in the game and the player's motivation? So I'm understanding that is what motivates the player to get things of value in this game. Well, I think the most important part of that is fun, right? The game's not fun if it doesn't have an enjoyable core loop. Then the player is gonna be unwilling to run on that treadmill to get things of any value. Like I was saying before, if the game's no fun and no one's playing it, or no one wants to play it, then everything in the game is worthless because the players don't want to be there to begin with to get anything. So it's like, you play the Division because it's fun, and you want to run on that fun treadmill, so to speak, to get the things of value to you. I don't know. That's a tricky one. It really is. I might actually... I think it would benefit me to actually read the chapter where I pulled that from, to hear Jesse Shell explain that a little bit more. So I'm not sure I'm fully grasping what he's asking there. All I did for these quotes, for Jesse Shell's lenses at least, I only pulled the lenses themselves, not any of the verbiage surrounding them. Oh, is this a... Well, thankfully I can't fire through fences. Oh. Jesus. Someone is still shooting me? Who's shooting me? What is the value between players' motivation? What is the relationship between a player's motivation and the value in the game? Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to read that part of the book again. It's been a while since I read this book, but I'm kind of stuck to answer anything beyond like, well, if it's fun, the player will pursue things of value, but that's not really an adequate answer. And before I go into this room, since I don't have a time limit, I'm actually gonna This is definitely more suited towards like Warframe or stuff. I actually want the game's music back because of the unique atmosphere of the Division here. So let me go back. Audio. Yeah, I want that Division music. There it is. There it is. Oh, okay. Oh, we got a bunch of hostiles right over there. Okay, we got a new quote, thank God. Thank God. Alright, so good. Alright, this is from Dieter Rams. I actually don't see this one come up as often as I'd like. He says, good design is environmental friendly. Now, there's two broad ways I think you can take this question before we actually dive into how it applies to the Division. I think maybe you could, the most straightforward way is you make a product, or a product is designed in such a way that doesn't like pollute the environment in the traditional sense, like no spewing toxins into a lake or, you know, like polluting the environment, right? Like destroying the actual physical environment, like cutting down trees and things like that. Like think Captain Planet. Alright, that's a mission drop. Not the boss.
Your objective has been updated.
Oh, let me see. I make sure I didn't miss any story drops here. I don't think I did, but I would go back. You know I would. That'll be coming up soon. But here, Dieter Rams, I don't think he's meaning that, like, per se, or at least maybe at the minimum, it's a 50-50 split between this and, like, the second interpretation is to not make an environment, to not make a product that pollutes the environment it is intended for. So, for example, right, the Division is set in, like, this grounded, nitty-gritty, dark reality of a Manhattan that was ravaged by the dollar virus, right? So I'm in the underground. What do you expect when you see, like, you know, you think of the underground, like all these labyrinthine tunnels beneath Manhattan that's already been destroyed by a virus, like a lot of rust and decay and garbage and winding passages and not knowing what's going on. So it would, if that's the theme they were going for, and it very much seems it is. I mean, you expect to see cockroaches, dead bodies, also dirt, mud, exactly where I'm at now. You know what would not be environmentally friendly for this environment? If this like air conditioner right here, whatever the fuck this is, if this is like fluorescent pink, it wouldn't be environmentally friendly. It wouldn't be cohesive with the rest of the environment, and in that sense, it would be kind of polluting the environment. It wouldn't be environmentally friendly. You know, we all have had jobs, or most of us had jobs, where there's that one person at work, you know, they have the obnoxious laugh and they talk too loud. But the office environment is supposed to be, like, quiet, right? Well, those people, their noise, their voice, it's not environmentally friendly. I think that's what Dieter Rams is implying more in this statement, but I also think he would agree. Like, don't make shit that fucks up the environment. Like, people shouldn't be doing it. Alright, I have to find this discotheque where this is at here. Alright, it looks like it's above ground.
Jamming device active.
Okay.
Now leaving affected area. Jamming device.
But the thing is, if you do not know the core identity... Oh! Yikes. Yikes. If you don't know the core identity of your product and what it's supposed to be, it's very hard to say what goes in and what goes out, right? Because if Massive Entertainment didn't know the heart of the Division's identity and someone wanted to suggest, hey, we should put in a bunch of bright pink air conditioners, if they don't know, then who's to say that wouldn't be a good fit, right? I mean, it might be fit in another game pretty well, right? But it could fit in a Division. But that's if the Division, if the people who made the Division didn't know what the identity of this game was, right? And it seems to me that Massive Entertainment, they definitely had an idea, or at least they now have an idea of what the Division is supposed to be. Where the hell is this thing? What? So it was below ground the whole time? I am on a mission to destroy this thing now. Oh, there it is. I see it. There we go. There we go. Like, I have a question, like, who's keeping all these barrels lit and just leaving them? But it does fit into the environment. It's not like they have Ritz Deluxes down here to keep themselves warm, burning fire. It does fit. So does that lamp and the air conditioner. Like, this environment, it has an identity that extends from the Division's core identity. Like, I haven't seen one thing in this game that's environmentally unfriendly, except for maybe, this is going to be a little bit of a reach here, but for maybe the last boss fight for PvE, right? Because the whole game you spent fighting troops on ground, taking cover, using your abilities, and then the last boss is a fucking helicopter. And that doesn't fit into the rest of the environment of the game of what you've been fighting against that whole time. It comes down to a helicopter shooting missiles at you when you've been fighting the whole game, going from cover to cover, shooting enemies that are also behind the cover. Like, it's not very environmentally friendly, that helicopter fight, I'd have to say. It really stands out in a not too positive way. Alright, so I see the story drop over there. Looks like I might have to go that way anyway. I think so. Let's see where this takes me here. Alright, looks like I have to go that way anyway. Thankfully, it looks like I have to go that way anyway. That's good. That's always good news. Where I want to go is where I have to go. The underground is filthy, by the way. Absolutely filthy. Disgusting. So it looks like my first apartment in a lot of... No, I'm just fine. My first apartment is actually pretty rad. I've seen places like this, plenty of times. Take of that as you will. What's it say? Live action. Live action. That last letter in H? I'm not really sure what that means. Yeah, I don't know what that actually says. Maybe I'll figure it out someday, but not today. Alright, that's cool. So I got the story drop from this this map. I don't need to worry so much about the rest of the time. That's not the end of the mission, is it? I don't think I killed a boss enemy. It might be, though. I might be done. Although I'm not 100% on that. Usually when I see an elevator, though, that means, like, I'm done. We'll see. We're about to find out. Alright. Yeah, looks like I'm not done. Cool. Now I wonder if this counts as a separate area to get story drop from. Alright, we're good on that. Might as well restock. It's right there. I mean, it's right there. Alright, where... Alright, just follow the yellow brick road. Guy gets caught on so much stuff he shouldn't get caught on. Really. Oh, there's not too much more room to get an environmental drop. I'm thinking I should be good, but I just, you know, I can't stop being paranoid. Oh wow, okay, so the opposite is true. Instead of climbing through to avoid electricity. Oh, I actually have to go. What is this? Alright. So my guy can't jump over this. I have to go through it and get shocked. That is so dumb. Unless there's some way I'm just missing here. Like, is there some way to hop over these? This is what I mean, like, by the lack of mobility. You're telling me he can't climb over that shit? Like, stupid. It's fucking stupid, man. There's no way, there's no two ways about it. There's no two ways about it. But speaking about environmentally friendly, like how Massive wrote the first and second wave divisions and then DarkZone into the story. The DarkZone is probably has a PvP and a PvE game like that fits in its environment like so well. I haven't seen something like, I think it might actually, well, I can't say it fits in more than Dark Souls, but it's actually pretty good. It does a good job. Alright, let me take care of this guy with the bat, and then I'm going to read the next quote here. Alright, I think I'm good. Let me take a read here. Let me take a ganda. Wait, let me take care of him first. Alright, we're good. We're good. They're not gonna rush me. Alright, so this one is from Mark Rosewater. He's a lead designer for Magic the Gathering. He says, be more afraid of boring your players than challenging them. Whew. I feel strongly about this being mostly a Warframe player. It really seems that DE, Digital Extremes, they're really afraid to challenge their veteran players for God knows whatever reason. But let's speak to this principle from like a higher level, first of all. I mean, from my personal experience, I'd rather be challenged than bored, at least when playing a game. It's just, how do you walk that line of being like too challenging versus too boring, right? Actually, well, I have a daughter, right? And when we give her a bath, this actually kind of talks to this, right? So when we give her a bath, she plays with the soap, right? It's actually pretty challenging for her to get a hold of. However, if she cannot get a grasp of it within a certain amount of time, she'll give up on trying to grasp the bar of soap, and she'll move on to playing with her cuppy or whatever, you know, to go on to something easier. So yeah, you definitely want to challenge the players of a game, but you don't want to challenge them so much they give up. And I think the key to that is to have a gradual pathway to that challenge. And I think the Division, this game that I'm playing right now, it does a really, really good job of speaking to that gradual pathway. Like, I've definitely run into missions in the quote-unquote endgame here that have kicked my ass thoroughly, but they've mostly been optional endeavors, right? When I was playing through the PvE campaign, I never felt like I was faced with odds that were so incredibly difficult, I just could not overcome them at all. Alright, let me blow up this bomb right here. I don't know why it's in the middle of the floor like that, but it is, you know? And to speak about Warframe for a little second, because I do speak about Warframe, play that game all the time. It has a, you could consider that it has an end game. It has a PvP mode called Conclave. The thing is, and I am not speaking badly about Conclave. I mean, I really respect the players that can pull off what they pull off in that game. Let me get rid of this rat. Bother me. Alright, I got 16,000 damage right to its head. But you go from the mindless, press 4 to win, sci-fi Dynasty Warriors mode that is PvE, right? Where you feel, where DE, they sell the power fantasy of Warframe, and then you're used to feeling like a god in that mode, and then you go to its PvP mode and you get demolished, because the people that mostly play that mode have been playing it for years, and they are very skilled at the very intense and agile movement system of Warframe's parkour. And I'm not saying to nerf their parkour or anything like that, but you go from a somewhat boring PvE experience to a sheer vertical cliff of challenge. It's ridiculous. But the Division, it avoids that for the most part. Now, I have gotten into missions that were pretty damn hard, and I didn't know how I would beat them. But I was tackling them before I was ready. Like, I tried, when I started streaming this game about a month and a half ago, I started, I tried to do missions on, like, heroic difficulty. And yeah, that was just me just getting used to failure for like an hour and a half. Like, I am not ready for those. But in the meantime, there's plenty of content for me to do that's within my skill level, right? So I haven't really felt bored so much with the Division. I mean, me trying to grind through this underground consistently for the past like 2.5 weeks, it is wearing a little thin. And I think that this mode was meant for people that just absolutely love the Division, and this was just their first DLC out of 3. This was just to tide them over. Me personally, I'm not like loving this DLC, but I'm not hating it either. Right? And one thing I do like, even though they kick my ass consistently, are the hunters. These really tough NPCs that come down here and just kick your ass. I do like them. They're a pretty unique challenge. If not just downright like really hard. But again, they're not so impossible. I don't think I can't overcome them. It's just a matter of me getting my my act together. All right, I need better cover here. All right, dropped his grenade. Oh, cool. But yeah, in case none of you have read the little description I have on my my bios, well, it's definitely not up on Mixer, but it is up on Twitch. I need to synchronize those two again. But the end goal of all this stuff is I want to make. I eventually want to make a game. Like, that's my long-term goal. And one of the reasons I'm streaming is to, you know, play games thoroughly. See what kind of design lessons I can learn and glean from them. Take the best parts of all the games I've played, or some of the games I played, and make my own game that learns off the backs of giants, you know? So I know, if, like, for instance, if I was to make, like, a game like The Division, right? When I say make a game like a Division, and speaking as an individual, I'd probably make, like, a movement system in, like, one room and one enemy. Kind of like as a prototype. So don't think I mean like a full-fledged like New York City, I'm gonna make it by myself. That's not what I'm talking about here. Probably more of a proof of concept than anything. Ooh, we got possible classified gear though. Cross your fingers. Reefer smoke, too strong. No, unfortunately nothing like that. Alright. Alright, hey, you can hope. You can hope. Doc. You looked like he was a little disoriented too.
Yeah, that intel you rescued
all right.
be all kinds of
Phase
useful.
completed.
I appreciate you going after it.
All right, I'll make sure I didn't miss any additional story drops there. Let's make sure I didn't miss any story drops, some story droppy whoppies. All right, there we go. We're good. We're good. We're good to go here. And I probably would have enjoyed the Underground DLC if I was with the Division since the beginning and I wasn't trying to cram every trophy before they shut down the servers for Division 1 at God knows what time. They said they'll keep the servers up as long as people are playing, but I doubt they would keep them up if one person was playing. And I have no idea how many people are still playing Division 1. Now, when I originally went to go stream the Division 1, I fell like 5 weeks behind for a lot of reasons. But I checked the Twitch directory, and they're like an average of 1,000, 1,500 people in the directory watching the Division. Now you look at it, there's like, I don't know, 50 people, 100 maybe, like 50 to 100. So, yeah, if I wasn't trying to rush through all the trophies, I'd probably enjoy the Underground a lot more. So right now, I'm just really trying to get through it. I want to get to other parts of the game.
To indicate this area is safe.
Yeah, I am almost done here. Look at that. All right. Let me take a little peek see here. All right. Now I'm wondering if I should actually. No, I shouldn't worry about going with a squad yet. Let's do a 3. Let's do a nice little 3, a nice little pattern here. Let's just confirm that we don't want any directive modifiers. We don't need any of that. Let me see if I got any what you call it though, any caches though. Let me do check that out for sure. Is that even correct grammar? Let me do check that out for sure. I don't know. Alright, we got one. We got one cache. Okay. And restock. Alright, let's do another mission here. Another phase 1. Another story dropper. Alright. And look at that, perfect timing. We got a new quote. It is from Dieter Rams once again. I think I only have Dieter Rams and Jesse Shell. I took out the Don Norman stuff, not because he didn't fit, but I just I changed my my program around a little bit, and I have to renumber all of Don Norman's quotes. So I'll be adding his stuff back in though. All right, so his principle, good design is innovative. Now, I actually used to be kind of like,
I've got a ton of gear set up in the tunnels to help
I don't know how to phrase this other than to say I used to be kind of against this. Now, this is before I went to school or joined the army. This is a long time ago.
The safe area.
But one thing I got kind of tired of, right, was seeing game reviews. And it mostly had to do with games I liked, so there definitely was a bias. But you know, they would get shitty reviews, mostly on the back of like, well, this is the sequel, it's not innovating enough. I never really understood that. I was like, listen, the game was made a sequel because it was made to please the fans that like that type of stuff. They don't really need to innovate the wheel every fucking time they make an iteration, right? Like, if you go to a restaurant because you like one of their dishes, right? You're not going to be too happy if they innovate the shit out of it and it doesn't taste the same. Now, that's not apples to apples. That's definitely an apples to oranges type of thing. But that's, what is that? Oh, that's a drink, it looks like. I don't get proudly. That's what that says, I think. But I used to be like, yeah, why do all these games need to be like, oh, just so innovative? You know? I guess a closer relative instead of food is like movies, you know? Sometimes a movie doesn't need to be innovative. It just needs to continue the story that people love, right? But then as I got a little bit older, I started to understand that and how it applies to The Division. Right? Well, how Dieter Rams is, the way he phrased this, right, on the website, I cut out all the fluff surrounding it to make the quotes stand out more, like the actual core principles. It rests on the back that there's no design that has reached its optimal state. None. There's nothing. Nothing has. Even if something as simple as the wheel can and is continuously improved on, right? So, innovative is recognizing that the race to perfection for anything is never completed, and you want to try to get there. That doesn't mean, that's not the same thing as focusing on perfection, and trust me, I know how that is. And that could be a real bad thing, but that's a whole different story, right? But until a godlike being descends from the heavens and tell you that your design is perfect, then you could always innovate towards your design actually being great, incredible. And even once you reach that plateau, it still has a while to go because you're human, and there's nothing we can make or do that is absolutely ideal. So how this applies to Division, I harp on this game for not innovating past the Gears of War cover system that brought like cover-based shooters to the mainstream. It adds a little bit, like I don't remember if Marcus Phoenix could climb up on boxes like that, right? I don't know if he could. So there's that, and of course the cover-to-cover system you have here, right? Where I'm like, all right, let me go there, let me hold the next. Like they innovated a little bit. So if we're going strictly by what Dieter Ram said, then the cover-to-cover system of the Division is good because it did innovate upon Gears of War. But I don't feel for a game that came out like fucking 10 years ago, it innovated enough, right? That's my conjecture. It's just my opinion. I don't have anything to really back it up, like data. It's just the personal feel of playing this game. It just feels a little dated and clunky and not responsive. That's how it feels. And something as simple as, I'll keep saying it, something as simple as a quick turn and a manual crouch would have done wonders for this game. And the reason manual crouch keeps coming up though is in my limited time in the dark sector, like having that really matters. Like sneaking around at night wearing dark clothes, it actually fucking matters. And being able to climb and hide behind obstacles that's independent of you taking cover behind them, that's a big deal. Or it could have been a big deal. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Do I have to go above ground? Yeah, it looks so. Alright, let me go above ground. The above ground DLC, not underground. Above ground. Okay. You know what? This is a good time to see if I have any story drops I missed. Alright, it looks like we're still doing good on that department. Alright. Alright, got 2 doors here. Might as well check what's in them. Doesn't cost me any lock pins or something to open them, so that's good. What's in here? Something I can use? Nope. Can't even use it. Now the thing is, with innovation, I mean, you gotta, especially when you're developing a game, especially a massively complex one like Division, you gotta be aware with what's within your scope. I'm sure Massive would have innovated the shit out of this game if they had, like, I don't know, 20 years to develop it, right? But then sometimes, even though you can, doesn't mean you should. So there's no rule, there's no hard, fast rule for when to innovate and when to not.
Warning. Hostiles detected.
And I mean, obviously, Division has done well enough. It's sold well enough. It's done well enough that it's been a successful game. Otherwise, there would be no Division 2, right? I'm sure there would have been a lot more in the media about, you know, how Massive was laying off people and how Division was this financial bomb. But there hasn't been any of that. So for all my complaints, well, if that's such a problem, why is the Division successful? And ultimately, I think the easiest explanation for that is the Division's a good game, despite what I'm saying about it, which I do agree with. Division is a good game. It's a very good game. If I was handed hundreds of millions of dollars and I was in charge of just hiring people and directing it into existence, I don't know if I could pull it off. This is a huge undertaking. Alright, let me see if... Alright, still don't miss any story drops. Okay. Alright, looks like I'm gonna have to, it's gonna be like a mission type of thing. Which is fine. This is on normal, I should be alright.
Hostiles incoming.
And I don't think enemies are gonna come from behind. Oh, maybe they will. As soon as I was saying it, they did. That guy just spawned up from the ground. That's okay. Oh god, my aim is so bad.
Hostiles incoming.
I think I'm definitely liking this increased looking speed though. Seems to be working out for me a lot better. I'll watch the light come back on. See, that could have been a really innovative design, like shoot out the lights to take advantage of some stealth elements. They literally put that in the game, but they make the lights come back on. Stupid. That's really stupid. I can muse and make all sorts of theories why that is, but end of the day, the end result kind of stupid, and it's a blemish on some otherwise really good design decisions. Alright, they're done. Investigate the area I just was, and it looks like there's a gold drop over here. Oh, that's just a grenade of some unnamed type. It'd be cool if I had something that popped above my head like, hey, you just got this grenade. It looks like we have a new lens. What is this? This is from Joshua Shell, the lens 17, the lens of pleasure. What pleasures does the game offer? Are they improvable? Yes, they are. The pleasures that this game offer are definitely improvable. Now the thing is, I'm gonna just most of these questions keep centering around the same issues for me because those are the things that are most valuable to me as a player. Having grown up and played a lot of Nintendo games and stuff growing up, and seeing that my progress forward in a lot of games was barred by some stupid mobility issue that if I was really in the game, I'd be able to solve like no problem. I just got so tired and frustrated over that growing up, right? So that's where a lot of my values lie because of those things I experienced growing up. And now not a lot of that doesn't mean a lot of gamers or most gamers will empathize with where I'm coming from, but I know at least some will, right? I know at least some will. Alright. Alright, where are you guys at? I'm gonna pulse the shit out of you. But what pleasures does this game offer? I have a feeling I'm gonna keep repeating myself, like the environmental storytelling, the cover-to-cover system, some elements of the story, the unique PvE VP experience, aka the DarkZone, the loot grind and the builds, putting those together once you understand the systems, that could actually be fun, right? I haven't talked too much about that, but now that I'm starting to get a semblance of what the stats mean, and after watching a couple of Marco style videos and skill up videos, I'm starting to understand how to put a build together, and that's exactly why I am running the Nomad set with 2 pieces of Alpha Bridge, because for instance, you know, if you're watching this, you may not know what the Division's all about. You may have tuned in because I play Warframe or Magic the Gathering, but the Nomad set, right, I have to wear 4 pieces of gear that say Nomad on them, or have the Nomad symbol or whatever, and it gives me this ability to have passive healing, right? Because if you look at those yellow bars on the screen right there, right, there's 3 of them in the middle of the screen near the bottom. Under normal circumstances, when you get damage, you know, you go down on health, your yellow bars decrease, and then you automatically heal. However, with no other bonuses active, you will only heal up to the limit of the bar you're in. So if I got damage down to the last bar, my normal passive healing only fills me up to the last segment of health there. Nomad, however, will allow me to passively heal all the way to full, right, which is great. And 2 pieces of the Alpha set, that allows me to double that rate of healing. So while it's not like the world's most broken or OP or clever build, you know, I was able to put it together. I was able to figure it out on my own, and I felt kind of good about that. I would consider that a pleasure. So I guess that kind of comes down to finding like unique combinations in the game by yourself, or maybe even told to you by others, but just, you know, using unique combinations of gear and whatnot. I think that could sum up basically what I'm saying. The shooting is definitely pleasurable. Like, I don't think I've given enough accolades to that. I don't, because If we're to be honest, it's because my aim is so bad. But I like the shooting. The shooting's pretty fun. It's pretty solid. What else is pretty pleasurable? I like the music. It's not the greatest. But I like it enough that I wanted to turn off my music and listen to the Division's music, so that's something, right? I've long since I've long since stopped doing that with Warframe. Well, actually, no. I actually kind of thought I started listening to Warframe's music again after not listening to it for like over a year. So yeah, there's that. That's pleasurable. Let's move on to the next question in this lens. What pleasures are missing? Why? Can they be added? What pleasures are missing? Alright, so I do heap on plenty of accolades on the story, on the environmental storytelling, but I feel that the story being more fleshed out, like given more cutscenes and more like solid linear connotations, I think it could have added a lot to this game. There's only so much you can tell from audio logs, and there's a little bit of cognitive dissonance. Wow, look at all these rats. Oh my god, are those rats crawling all over this guy? Oh my god, these rats are crawling all over this guy. Wow. Speaking of environmental storytelling, holy fuck. Now, I don't expect like cutscenes for every little random stranger I come across in the underground, but just that scene is fucked up. Like, it's little scenes like this, man. So we understand that a virus ravaged New York, a bunch of people fled underground, and this guy decided, for at least tonight, that this is going to be his little corner of the world, and before I came here, there were rats, like, crawling all over him. Like, that's fucked up. Like, where's the food that this guy's eating? What's going on with this guy? Wow, that was messed up. That disturbed me a little bit. So I'm about to get an audio recording, right? And what I was about to say, there's some cognitive dissonance when getting audio recordings. I don't know a damn person that constantly records what they're saying and doing like that. Now, I know I'm streaming, and that may seem hypocritical, but, you know, am I going to pick up some audio recording of a streamer / Division agent? It's possible. I'm not saying it's impossible, but not likely. But there's only one audio recording I found that that made sense. It was some woman, I think she was facing a certain death, and she just wanted to leave a recording to prove that she existed at some point. I could definitely see someone doing that reasonably. These other audio recordings, not so sure. Alright, so without further ado, let's hear what this says. Excerpt from Brandon O'Reilly, audio journal. And I wonder if that guy knew who this guy is. Like, could it be that guy? I doubt it.
Today, well, first bright spot in a while, frankly. Spotted a group. They was far off, but I think maybe they had little ones, which means they'll move slow. Slower than us, maybe. Followed them for a while, closing in, getting closer. And then they turned down a tunnel that we went down yesterday. And we know it's a dead end. It goes on for a mile or something, but then it ends in a dead stop. So once we catch up to them, that's it. One more threat taken out.
Okay, so this guy was talking about following a family into like a dark tunnel with a dead end and then killing them? Or, because he said a little one. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be a family. It could have been like the Division agents or the JTF or someone that rescued kids. Jesus Christ, and here's a bunch of dead rats. This underground place is fucking filthy, man. It is fucking filthy. This environment irks me out sometimes, I won't lie. Like, whoever is in charge of, like, trash in this game like laying trash everywhere. They did a real good job. And there are absolutely rats everywhere. Because it would really be like this, man. All the dead bodies piling up from the virus, like... Oh, this is a side note, zombie DLC for this game would kick ass. It would absolutely kick ass. I haven't shot an NPC yet in this game. I'm just curious if my bullets will actually kill that guy. But I don't want to start now. I don't want to start now. I've definitely seen these crates of food before, so this is where these guys are getting food. I wonder if that guy near the audio transmission, or the audio log, if he knew this food is up here. I wonder how this food got down there. Anyway, it looks like we got a new quote here. Let me get onto it before it fades out. It looks like I have to go down. Alright, so this is from Mark Rosewater, and he says, your audience is good at recognizing problems and bad at solving them. Alright, so I think any of us that frequent video game forum know this to be true, where we see so very few threads praising a video game's like good aspects, but a bunch of them pointing out its flaws. Hell, I even made one today on the Warframe subreddit. I was pointing out one of their mission designs, how it involves oxygen and it doesn't make any goddamn sense for space ninjas that fly through space. So now, to lead into this, I actually want to reference back to a quote from Don Norman. It's from his book, I think actually on the first page of his book, The Design of Everyday Things.
Now detecting hostiles.
And he says that good design is hard to notice because it tends to be invisible. Because if a design is good, it's serving its needs to you, the user, and helping you get what you want. So you don't really notice that the design is good because your common response is like, oh, it worked, great, awesome, I got what I want. That's good design. That's really good design. But bad design actively gets in your way and it screams out its inadequacies to you. So not only is, as far as like fans of video games go, because we are playing The Division, we're talking about The Division, like we tend to be a more cynical lot, hiding behind our keyboards, trying to tear everything down from the safety of, you know, an anonymous person, you know. But also, being cynical and pessimistic, it seems to be viewed as like an intellectually superior position to hold, which is pretty sad in some respects. Not all the time, but sometimes. But aside from that, the fact that bad design is a lot easier to notice than good design, that also plays a big part of it too. Because if you notice bad design a lot more than you notice good design, then you're going to tend to talk more about bad design for the simple fact that, you know, you notice it more. Oh, someone shooting me in the butt. Alright, where are these guys? Oh, let me switch to marksman rifle. At least once in this mission. I love this gun. It shoots exploding bullets into your target. Alright, I'm actually gonna go back down. Thought I was getting like Anakin, not an Anakin, Obi-Wan Kenobi high ground position there, but I couldn't see a damn thing. There you go. That's it for you, right? Activate the generator. We're about to do that. Let me just take a little survey around the area. Make sure that it's all clear. Or at least maybe decide where I'm going to take cover at. Looks like the generator itself. Alright, let's do it. Thing is, when I'm playing The Division or when I'm playing through games all like this and analyzing them through these design quotes and principles, like I'm trying to point out the good and the bad. A lot of these lenses are asking, you know, basically, you know, how can the game be improved? So that's why it takes that kind of slant. But generally, I don't play games I absolutely hate, you know? I'm not like a paid reviewer or anything, so I don't necessarily have to do that. That's definitely one dark side of being a professional game reviewer, is you will have to play games you don't like. But that's life, right? What job is there where everything you do is something you like? Well, I'm sure there's things like that out there in the world. Those are very lucky people, though. Those are the exceptions, not the rule. Alright. Oh, this guy's up here. This guy's pretty mobile. I got no chance. Dead. Is that fire blown on the generator? Oh, I guess not. Oh, looks like this might be the boss. He's about to get some seeker mines.
Have detected heavily armored hostiles.
Oh, we got more coming. Oh shit. Okay.
Hostiles incoming.
Oh, I saw the time limit. I thought I had to kill everyone within that time. I'm like, oh shit. Guess I'm not gonna make it. But until the JTF arrives, that's fine. That's fine. I'm shooting a lot of guys in the dick. I'm not trying to, but I try to go for center mass because I know headshots are more damaging. But as we've seen, my aim is pretty bad in most games I play. All right, that's definitely a boss. He's the end of the phase here. He is the end of the phase. Uh-oh. Ooh, I'm taking some damage there. I still have 2 lifelines, so I'm not too worried, but I try not to burn through those if possible, you know? Generator's catching a little bit on fire, but it's not really damage. I would say it's not even 10% damage. I reload a lot. Alright. Ooh. Alright, let me use this first aid kit. There we go. And that's all she wrote, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Need to be all inclusive there. Well, let's be serious. There's no ladies watching me right now. There's no fucking ladies watching me right now. Unless my girlfriend walked in and started making fun of me of what I'm doing right now. Then maybe. Alright, we get classified. Nope. I was hopeful though. Why not be hopeful? Alright, yeah, but this will be 3 phases. So I think after this, I'm going to try to do a party. Maybe there's someone online.
I'm not thrilled that crap like this is necessary, but I also gotta say, nice work keeping that stuff safe.
Oh, excuse me. Keeping this stuff safe. Yeah, I already got the story drop, right? From that guy that, like, hunted down that family. Like a jerk? Okay. Get my loots. I'm gonna get my loots right here. My loots. Oh, wow. It's not classified, but I mean, I don't know, green? I don't know what you call green pieces that aren't classified, almost classified? Like, I don't know what to call those, actually. Alright. Oh, let me just check my OBS. Let me make sure I didn't put it on the wrong window or something. Looks like everything's going good. My camera's up. Votes are still going. Mic is still responding. Alright, so yeah, it looks like we're still doing good. Close that out. Just want to make sure. I get paranoid. Even though I've been doing this almost 2 months, I still haven't gotten all the kinks out of the system, but I definitely am trying. I'm aiming to get there. For sure, man. Alright. Now, I might actually have to do a little bit of boring stuff and go through my loot a little bit. Let me take a look-see, see how much gear I got. So, I have 40 more slots. It'd be best to try to dissolve some of this stuff, or sell it. So let's do just that. Well, let me make sure I don't have any caches open, which I do. Open bundle? Yeah, I'll open it. Classified. Oh. Alright, let's go to the weapons. Oh, I got some exotics I forgot about down here, huh? No, let me take the mods off this. Let me actually go in there. I wish you could strip it from the menu, like the main menu. I wish you didn't have to like go in here and do this. Alright, everything's empty. I stripped it. Alright, so let's mark this junk. Already got like the marksman rifles I want. Alright, let me go in here, strip the weapon. Strip weapon, yep. Strip. Please uncase it. I made the mistake of trying to upgrade or optimize the police M4, but I found out that not all M4 is the same. I should have been going for a lightweight M4. Live and learn. Yeah, the weapons are a little bit confusing. Like, for all the different models of weapons in the game, I would have been fine if there's just one M249. I don't need the tactical M249 Para and the 249B and the like 1249 would have been fine. You know what I mean? Alright, so we got a new quote here, and that's from Mark Rosewater, and he says, allow your players to have a sense of ownership. And the way I feel that is accomplished the best, instead of like, you know, buying the game and owning it, I don't think that's exactly what he's talking about. From what I remember of him talking about it during his presentation at GDC, he was talking about personalization. Because the more you allow a player to personalize their experience in the game, the more agency they have in the game, right? And this agency increases engagement, which of course increases, you know, how connected they are with the game. So it makes sense. So when he's saying allow your players to have a sense of ownership, he was talking about allow your players to have a great degree of customization, or as much as your game can withstand. And I think that he comes from a real strong place of saying that, because Magic the Gathering has over 15,000 cards, and out of those 15,000 plus cards, you are tasked with making a deck that is 60 cards. So how many combinations of 15,000 cards can you make into a 60 card deck? Fucking a lot. And not only that, but even if there were only like, you know, one or two decks in all of Magic existence, you have to randomly shuffle your decks before each match, which you don't really know what you're going to get in what order. So there's a high amount of RNG balanced with skill of decide what to put in your deck to get the other part, you know, and deal with what the other opponent's doing. Now the Division accomplishes this as well, maybe not to the crazy extent that Magic the Gathering does, but you have all these gear pieces. I'm complaining about, like, you know, these gear pieces, and I will stand by what I said. Like, we don't need multiple variations of the same weapon. There's enough weapons in this game that they could just be, you know, they're one version of each. We don't need so many. It's ridiculous, in my opinion. Alright, so let's see what kind of handguns we got here. Bell's backpack. Ooh, these all gotta get involved. I don't even care what their abilities are. I am just trying to free up my carrying space in here. I am interested in keeping any Alpha Bridge stuff, because I do want to mix and match the Alpha Bridge with the Nomad set. And I definitely keep any classified pieces I get, for sure. But I don't see a lot of stuff, I don't see a lot of things I run across that I actually want to keep. I run across this green stuff so much, like, you can actually go buy caches of it. I'm just trying to go through it, you know what I mean? Trying to free up space. But I am sure for some players, like going, like the minutiae you have to deal with of these different little armor attributes, it's right up someone's alley. I can't say I'm exactly the target audience for this game, but as I said before, it is a skill up review of the Division. It's actually called It Finally Feels Complete. That's actually what got me into this game, because he started covering, ooh, I got classified for strikers and, oh wow, okay. 881 armor? Okay, I have some options here. Let me look at those fucking gloves. Ooh. Oh yeah, I forgot to. Yeah, because I only keep the double nomad pieces because it increases my healing rate of the nomad. But the other set I am trying to put together is strikers. And by trying, I mean I am just praying to God that RNG blesses me and it happens. I don't think there's anything I really can do to like actually get what I want other than hoping to God. Alright. So that's that. Now here's the fun part, right? Now I have to, there's so many fucking weapon mods I have here. So many gear mods I have to go through. It's such a pain in the ass to deal with these mods. Let me actually take a sip. Another reason I'm staying here is I hope someone actually sends a party invite. I just wanted to start off the, I wanted to start off the night, the streaming Division night without getting burned by another party, because it's happened to me before, especially in Underground Part 6 and 7 at least, maybe 6 through 8. You know, I'd squad up with people, they'd run out, get slaughtered, get salty, and leave, and then I was stuck fighting the higher difficulties by myself, which I really had no chance at. And the ones I did manage to overcome, like it took me an hour and a half to make like a little bit of progress, and I get killed and sit all the way back to the beginning, that was no fun. No, I was like, you know what, why don't I just run the easy mission so I at least make some progress, and that's what I've been doing, and that's why my, I'm almost like ranked out completely. I have 2 more levels, you know? I'm probably gonna hit the Division, the Underground cap level before I actually get all the intel pieces. So, let me go through my mods a little bit more. I know this won't be too exciting, but if someone tuned in to play watch the Division, chances are they expected to see some kind of gameplay like this. Alright. Exotic damage resilience. These bonuses you get aren't too big, but that's a good thing, because I'm getting from playing Warframe. One of the main problems that game has are the developers made the mods for its gear way too powerful, to the point of fucking ridiculousness. Alright, so that's electronics. I don't really care about electronics, and this give me burn resistance, so let me just dismantle that right now. I don't mean that. But see, that's what I mean. I'm starting to get an idea of how this stuff works. Yeah, I made some kind of loadout where all this weird stuff is, I'm looking for stuff that boosts my score more. I don't know what signature resource ability game means. Yeah, so let me get rid of a lot of stuff, like these little bonuses. Yeah, I'm looking for stuff like that. Raises my firearms and gives me health. Yeah, that's what I want. Like Seeker Mine Exploit, like who cares? I don't really feel it's smart cover that much. I'll keep that. I'll keep that. All resistance, yeah, I'll keep that. Stability is actually decent. Critical chance isn't so bad, actually. Accuracy, what, it makes the dots smaller? Alright, it looks like we got invited to a game. Let me accept it. Let me accept it. Phase 1 operation. Oh, I know this guy. Okay. Ganstican. I think I actually invited him the other day. I played with him the other day. Pretty sure he's on my friends list. Alright, I'm just gonna go out and wait. I don't have anywhere else to be. And I could always restock when the mission begins, but let me, this is just a show I'm ready. All I'm doing is looking through my menu, it's not a big deal. So let me go back to where I was. Oh, they're still marked, okay. It increases my medical, my stamina, that's fine. Yeah, I want to keep that stuff. Critical hit damage, increased threat, don't know what that really means.
A new agent is joining your team.
I don't know, I think I'm gonna get rid of that. What is this? What is the pro? Oh, that doesn't do any magnification. Yeah, I'm not too hot on that. Optimal range, I think that increases your overall range. The only time that I could not shoot something because it was so far away was that stupid helicopter boss at the end of the base campaign. I did not like that at all. I don't like that. Large optics, does this have any? No, it's a hollow sight. So critical hit chance, I mean, I like the critical hit chance more than damage. That's for sure. Alright, I'll keep that. Stability I like. I'll keep things with stability. There's another stability, but it's not like I can hit 2 on one gun. Critical hit chance. 3% crit chance. 3.4, okay, that's fine. Headshot damage. Accuracy, I'm more about stability, not accuracy. Let's get rid of that. Reload speed I'm a fan of. Stability, again, that's good. So I'll keep that. Critical hit chance, okay, yeah, that's what I'm about. Rate of fire, the other stuff, but all these critical hit chances I'm hoping I can add up. Stability, again, I'll keep that. Ooh, looks like we're starting. Looks like we're starting a mission. Alright, we're gonna see how this goes. Alright, it looks like, oh, you know what? I was gonna say we have a new lens, but this is a lens of judgment. I was thinking about taking this out, but it does apply to the other games I'm playing, like Warframe and, Magic the Gathering Arena. I don't really know how this game judges the player, because it's not like we get like a mission ranking at the end of the, either we completed it or we don't, you know? And if this game does judge its agents that play it, its division agents, I don't know how. And maybe the answer will reveal itself as I get more experience with the game, but as far as I know right now, it does not. So it's hard for me to actually answer this question. Well, let me check immediately to see if there's any story drops. No, there aren't.
The patrol's gone silent. We got goddamn cleaners.
Now, I don't know if they picked any directives. With fucking 5 people, they definitely should have.
Warning. Hostiles detected nearby.
Alright, we have at least one with the UI. Alright, these enemies are definitely beefy. Oh my god, is there someone behind us? I can't tell if we have the compensator one because I can't actually tell how much ammo I have. I mean, it's an interesting directive. It's just playing with player information. If I was like some master division player, I could keep track of the ammo and stuff in my head, so it's interesting. Oh, looks like we killed all the guys, so my secret mines have no one to go to. Alright, so hopefully I can use these before they explode. No, you don't. No, you don't. Take that back. If you could shoot like me, you'd be dead. Let's be real here. If you could shoot like me, you'd be dead. Not like a lot of the JTF survived what happened in Manhattan, but a lot more of them. Well, they would be dead. Never wish for that. Alright, I'm ahead of them, it looks like. So let me see if I missed any story drops. I don't think I did. Don't know what they were getting, but that's fine.
Warning. Hostiles have been detected.
Question, where? Let me pulse, see where they're at. Oh shit, okay. Blind fire to the max. I love blind firing, by the way. I think it's so cool. Now that is one thing I'm glad they imported from Gears of War. I love blind fire. In fact, why don't I keep doing it? Now blind firing with a sniper rifle is not the best. I'll say that from experience. I mean, I've had to sometimes, but is it what I plan to do? No. Usually forced into that situation when I get myself in a situation I shouldn't have, you know? I'm forced to blind fire with my marksman rifle. Not the most optimal situation in the end. Wow. Wow. What the hell happened to that guy? It blew up against the ceiling or something? That was nuts. Oop, we got a walnut boot. We got a walnut boot. We have a walnut boot. Alright, and I'm going the wrong way. I'm going the... Oh wait, am I... What is going on with this waypoint system? I do like this waypoint system, but it is fucking wonky as shit sometimes, man. Like, where do you want me to go? And let me check for story drops. Alright, didn't miss any yet. That's good. That's always good to see. Anything in here? Worth it down? Nope. Alright, we got a discotheque up here. Yeah. I don't know what difficulty picked, but these guys definitely have more stamina than they did the easy peasy missions I was running. That is for sure, man. But we seem to be doing alright. I don't think anyone even went down yet. We got the guys with the shield. These are no joke. Alright, we got a crowbar guy right there. Oh no, that's my guy. He's actually doing some hand-to-hand combat there, looks like. Our 401. So we may not have the compensator directive, which is fine with me. Especially on the higher difficulties here. Reaver, smoke, too strong. Too sticky. I'm sorry, that's what it reminds me every time. That's what it reminds me every time. Alright, still no story drops.
Hostiles detected. Jamming device active.
Oh, it's jammed up? Okay. I'll just go out of the jamming range. Launch these and then go back in.
Jamming device active.
Oh yeah, I'm coming after you, buddy. Coming after you, buddy. I'm glad they didn't make friendly fire like the de facto firing mode in this game. But it might be interesting to play with it sometime though. Not tonight, but sometime. Alright, yeah, we're still doing alright. Still doing alright. We're still on Lens of Judgment. Yeah, I just don't know how this game judges the player other than like, you know, hey, your shot hit. Or, hey, you took enough damage. I judge you to be in the dead state or down state.
Jamming device disabled.
I don't know how this game judges my performance. I don't know if I've ever had my performance judged in this game except by other players like, hey, you suck. That's definitely happened a few times. Much my charging. If you want to use that term. Alright, going that way. Still trying to look out for the story drops. I haven't seen them yet. Let me make sure I did not pass them yet before I go deep downstairs. Oh, looks like it's on its way. Okay. Looks like it's on its way. I just need to go where we're going. And I should run across it. Tactical descent. Tactical descent. Tactical military repel descent. Yeah. Refill my ammo at the tactical reload point. Yeah. Alright, I thought I just had to go to where we were supposed to go. Did I miss it already? Oh, it's just right up there. Oh, is it downstairs? No, it's right there. It's right there. Okay. I haven't looked at any of these pictures yet either. And let me take away this waypoint. I don't want to confuse anyone. Alright. And it looks like he just got something. Yeah, medkit. I'll take that. And it looks like we have a new quote up here.
Now detecting hostiles.
That is from Mark Rosewater. He says, design a component for its intended audience. Like, for example, I don't think the Division was meant for like the audience that reads like, you know, Cosmopolitan or Red Book. I mean, that's not to say no one from that group that reads those magazines, no one would enjoy it. I'm sure someone would. But is that like the smartest thing to do? Probably not. Oh, oh, oh shit! I am might be in some hot water here. All right, got a teammate. Got a teammate. Back me up. All right, that's JTF. Okay. Now that we're running 4 players on, or at least running some directives, we actually might run into some hunters. Hopefully we don't get slaughtered. That'd be nice. And they're coming from this way, right? Yep. There's a shield guy right there. Hey, at least it was realistic blind fire, right? I was like, it looked like I didn't know where they were. True blind fire.
Additional hostiles incoming.
Trying some controlled bursts here instead of my spraying and praying that I've been doing. All right, worked out all right. Oh, not right there though. That's not a hunter, is it? All right, I'd rather deal with gas than freaking fragmentation. That's a fact. That's a fact. Now it just makes me wonder, who was the intended audience for the Division? Like, who does this appeal to? Like the Borderlands audience, the looter and shooter, Destiny fans maybe? Because just saying gamers, that's not specific enough. Someone who plays Candy Crush is a gamer. But I don't think they were the intended audience for the Division. I'm just trying to think what games were out and doing well at the time that the Division was released. Or at least when the Division began development, like when it actually began. But yeah, that's kind of who I... Oh shit, oh shit. Yeah, I just ran away immediately. Fuck that. Well, I don't want to block the door here in case they need to get out. I actually did not mean to do that. Oh, what piece might we get? Nothing worth a damn. Nothing worth a damn. What were you doing here in between these trucks, man? Is this what, Dawn of the Dead? What are you trying to do? Put the trucks in front of the mall doors? What's this guy doing? Alright, this is cool.
Hostiles detected.
Oh shit, those are hunters. Those gotta be hunters. Oh, he's dead. He is fucking dead. What the hell? Get away from me. I don't think my shots were really hitting that guy, that hunter. It is fucking Hill City down there. See, it'd be so nice if I could like crouch here, get more leverage, but of course, this tactical ass game does not have crouch. Alright, this guy is like dividing and conquering right now. Alright, this is dead end.
Warning. Agent on your team is down. Requires assistance.
Oh shit. Oh god. Alright, we're in trouble here. Can I not revive him? Alright, now my Nomad got burnt through, and I know from reading the ability finally, the reason my signature skill does not kick in when I receive recoil damage, because it does not work in a group.
An agent on your team requires aid.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, that's fucking dead end. That is a dead end. Throwing right past these guys. Alright, can I use my signature skill before they totally die? I don't know. I don't know.
Alert. Friendly division agent is down.
Just unloading that guy, everything I got. Alright, he's coming after me for sure. That's fine. Right? Well, as fine as a hunter coming after me can get, right? He's alone. I don't see any heal pods. At least I took, alright, if he's shooting those secret mines. Who's shooting at me here? Is that a hunter? Yep, that's a hunter too. So you both follow me up here. Alright, so let me get out of here then. Oh god. I don't know where anything's at.
Warning. Agent on your team is down. Requires assistance.
Oh, this is rough. This is rough shit here. This is rough. I definitely don't have time to read design quotes right now, that's for sure, man.
Warning. An agent on your team requires aid.
Alright, 2 down. Oh, thought I was gonna get him. There's someone like right by me. Oh, it's a red pickup. Up, they healed themselves. Okay, sucks. Oh, all right, he's coming after here. Let me get out of here. Oh, that's the same dead end I was in. Oh shit, this is nuts, dude. This is nuts. Oh wow, I'm out of ammo with that, okay. Oh, come on. What is that guy doing? So I go down, and now that's when we finally all die. That's great. I think what makes those hunters a real pain is the fact that they can heal. I don't really know how to counter that. I don't know if like you have to throw like EMP grenades to fucking disable their healing, but they are rough, man. They are rough. And I'm not saying they're OP. I'm not saying they shouldn't be in the game, but they are pretty rough. As you just saw, we were all crammed up in a corner, getting killed. But maybe we shouldn't have been all crammed up in that corner. I was just trying to be near my teammates, like, in case we needed each other, but we were all by each other, needing each other dead. So, yeah. Alright, I need a refill here of ammo. Well, we were doing alright. That was my first death in the night, and it was against like freaking 5 hunters, so I don't feel too bad. For them, it actually might be worth switching to a near like loadout. Because there are times I almost killed one. Well, there was one time I almost killed that one hunter. And maybe in that time, it's just time to switch to fucking DPS and just try to slaughter them, you know what I mean? I mean, as soon as I saw them, I tried to retreat. But hey, if I play against them enough, I'm eventually going to figure out how to beat them consistently. But I'm just not at that point right now. Alright, speaking of, this actually seems like a good game design lens to read here from Jesse Shell. Alright, so his lens is... And let me make sure I didn't miss any story drops, because that's kind of important since I'm going for that trophy. But let me make sure I know where the fuck we're going. I have to climb up this thing? Okay. I just did a big loop-de-loop. Loop-de-loop-de-loop.
Warning. Hostiles detected.
That's a little salty, like, they all went down multiple times, and then I finally go down, and that's when they all go down. Well, maybe that would have helped against the hunters if I would have put a fire turret out. I don't know. I kind of want to experiment with something other than the... I like the flame, the napalm seeker mine. Maybe that would be better against the hunters. Only one way to find out, right? I mean, there's no guarantee we're going to get them again. They're RNG based when they spawn. Or I guess it'd be better to say their spawn rate is RNG. Spawn randomly. Could also say that. Anyway, let me get to this lens here. Alright, so this is lens 27, the lens of skill. What skill does this game require? Aiming, for fucking sure. It requires some kind of tactical positioning. Some situations more than most. Like you saw, we were all jammed up in some corner somewhere. We probably shouldn't have done that. And it was my fault for getting real close to them. I just thought we would help each other out more, but I should have known better. Us all crammed up in a small space like that, when they can run up to us and one-hit KO us. But yeah, tactical positioning. Skill of knowing how to put the gear together to make the builds you want. What other skill? If you really want to excel at this game, like in squads, some kind of communicative skill is required. Or I would say it would really, really help. So being somewhat sociable, or being like the master of emotes. Like you know what emote to whip out at the exact time to communicate damn near what you need or want. You could also be that guy, but some communication is required, some inter-squad, interpersonal communication is required. And yeah, so what do we got that? Aiming, positioning, communication, a skill of the knowledge-based skill of, you know, how to put the pieces of the game together to make the build that you want for your specific situation and or playstyle. And I think that's about it. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. But the worst offender on my case is my aiming is fucking awful. Alright, so next question is skill categories that are missing. Which ones? I mean, for this genre of game, for this type of game, I can't say like there are too many skills missing, per se. I mean, because you got all the basics of like a military like looter shooter, right? Military themed looter shooter. Who the fuck is shooting me? Yeah, I don't know who. Oh wait, maybe this guy over here. Yeah, I can't think of too many skills that are missing from this game that that would require you to succeed or make the game like all around better. Well, because the basics are there: positioning, shooting, communication, knowledge of how to put the gear together. I think that's it. Now, when I learn more about these game design principles and I get them internalized and I've gone over some more games or more of the division, I may be like, oh, how did I miss that? Or maybe a viewer will be like, well, what about this skill? Or what about that skill? Maybe, but for right now, I can't think of a damn thing. So let's move on to the next question in this lens. And let me make sure I didn't miss any story drops, because I will have to go back for it. I'm that guy. Alright, looks like I did not, so we're good.
Alert. Now detecting hostiles.
Are these skills creating the desired experience? I think for the most part, I think the skills that Mass have put in here, I think they're creating an experience that people want. Now, I'm sure that was different upon the launch of this game, because I heard so many different things about this game when it launched. But for right now, they wanted to create like this kind of like tactical fantasy looter shooter type of experience. And in my opinion, it doesn't really deviate from that. If that's what they were intending, it doesn't really seem like it deviates from that. They knew what their game was. They knew what they wanted to be. Alright. Oh, I guess maybe timing. Like, knowing when to, like, engage or retreat. But I guess I would consider that under positioning, you know? Should you position yourself near an enemy or far away from it, you know? Depends on the situation. And there's my horrible aim coming to rear its head again. I'm gonna switch to a marksman rifle here. Alright, got that guy, thank God. Now where the hell is this guy? Let's take care of him. Yeah, I love this pulse. It's hard for me to even imagine playing this game without it. I use it so much. Ooh, ouch. Ouch. Alright, and what else here? Are the skills creating the desired experience? Yeah, I think I already answered that. I think the Division, as it is now, after years of hot fixes and refinements, I think the experience of the Division 1 is near where Massive wanted it to be. That's my guess. Some players much... Oh, I meant much skilled than others. Okay, so that's a typo. I'm gonna have to fix that. Oh, definitely. If you ever seen the Marco style videos, that guy's fucking insanely skilled. He's more skilled than me. But when I say it's unfair, no. A lot of that has to do, now again, my experience may change when I play in the DarkZone more often. But I was able to get that mass extraction trophy, which is I had to extract from all the extraction zones in the DarkZone. And I did it with somewhat minimal interaction with other players, and that required the skills of timing and that does bring me to a skill, because I was looking at the map to decide when I should actually extract from. So what skill would that be? Like recon or analysis? Like what? That could also fall under positioning if you really wanted it to. But I was able to make up for my lack of like actual manual dexterity and aiming with just being a sneaky bastard camper and picking my time. So I guess timing could be timing could be separate from position. It doesn't need to be one and the same. It looks like I just saw a story drop, I think. But no, that was just the enemies. Or my teammates, their icons. Yeah, looks like I still didn't miss anything. We got a group member all the way back there, though. I hope that's not the team leader. Alright. Looks like they just promoted me to leader. Can players improve their skills with practice? Oh, definitely, definitely. I mean, anything you could aim around and move around, I mean, I can't think of it's hard to think of a game where you can't improve without practice, unless it's pure RNG, like dice or something. But then again, the practice could be like you're far enough ahead in the betting or whatever, you know when to pull out, cut your losses or your wins, so you know, depending on your perspective there. Oh, look, I didn't get to the last question. Alright, this is Mark Rosewater. He says, if everyone likes your game but no one loves it, it will fail. This falls under, you know, if you try to please everyone, you end up pleasing no one. It's not Division related, but I went to go see Captain Marvel to prepare for Endgame. And don't worry, I won't spoil the Endgame for anyone that's watching that hasn't seen it. But Captain Marvel, it strikes me as a movie that tried to please everyone. And I don't know how many people like that movie, but oh my god, that movie was so intensely bland. Like, if Captain Marvel was a meal, it's a meal that would look good. You know, you go into a restaurant that has a good name, it's known to have good resources to make like really good food and hire good chefs. And you look at this like beautifully cooked steak dinner, it looks real nice. But the first thing you notice is maybe the steak doesn't have like an aroma per se, but you're like, hey, I'll bite into it anyway. You know, maybe my nose is stuff here, maybe that's how they cooked it, you know? But when you bite into it, it has no flavor at all. In fact, the little flavor you had on your tongue from the last thing you ate, whether that was a day ago or whatever, it actually negates that taste from your tongue. It like drains it out. Captain Marvel was offensively bland. No, intensely. I wouldn't say offensively. Like, oh my word, I've never. But it was pretty goddamn bland. Alright, that was almost a close one there. Those shield guys, like I said, they're no joke in this game. Now, I think it's okay when you're designing product. I mean, if you want to try to design something, if Massive Entertainment wanted to try to design the Division to be like more mass appealing, I'm sure they could have, right? But would that have resulted in as long as a life that this game has had? I don't know if that was grammatically correct what I just said. But would this game would it still be going? Would the servers still be up? Would it have sold as well if it tried to please everyone? If it tried to make a lot of people like the game but no one loved it, right? It compromised the... Oh shit, what? Are these bad guys running past me? Yeah, actually, holy shit. They ran right past me. Right past me. Alright, guy. Your time's up. Alright, so this is where we ran into the hunters last time? The thing is, like, I'm not saying you have to, but I think it's smart to take some consideration into what people out there expect from the product you're making. What are some of the expectations? Because I'm sure Massive could have made the Division insanely more complex. If what we have is the result of them trying to refine the process as much as they could, and it's still this obtuse, I am sure they can make this insanely more complex. But it's not such a bad idea to at least make it somewhat accessible, right? Alright, this is a weird cover thing here. I thought I was out of ammo. Alright, looks like this guy's on this guy.
An agent has left your team.
Oh wow, okay. Who just left the team? I thought they left the team a while ago. So that all goes to say, when I start making games, I'm going to make games, well first of all, they're going to be simple as fuck to start off with. Let's not fool ourselves. I'm not making the Division Part 3 in my basement, or my ops, wherever the hell you want to call where I'm at right now. I didn't even see this guy. Come on, hostiles.
Thanks for getting my people out.
Oh, that's it?
That was a nasty way to go, and you saved them. I'll remember that.
Where's my story drop? It's all the way back here. I'm not gonna go get it. Did I already get it? And I just restarted the mission, so didn't. Alright, looks like we have to go upstairs. Yeah, so that actually ties into what Mark, was it Mark Rosewater? Is that what he said? That design a game for its intended audience, and this definitely ties into what he's saying is, you know, if you're designing for your intended audience, you have a much higher chance of designing a game that people will love, you know? Well, I only got a grenade from that? Are you serious? Yeah, I'm the group leader, so yeah, guess we go. Guess that's it. Guess that's it. Ah. Hmm. So I would think that when Massive made this game, they were like, hey, we want to please the looter shooters out there in the world. We want to make sure they love this game. And if that was their plan, if that was their intention, it worked. Even if it wasn't, I mean, the game still worked. But that's how I would approach the game. I'm like,
You are now entering a
I think that's where
area.
you hear a lot of the issues with, like, you know, the people with the money and in the suits, they kind of dictate how a game should go. And it ends up kind of ruining the game overall. Because the suits and the people with the money, they're just looking at the bottom line, like how many people are going to buy this game. They're not looking at the long-term,
No agent has joined your team.
goals, you know, the longevity of a game. They're not really looking at least. That's my, not all of them, but you know, definitely fucking some. They're like, there's no doubt about that. All right, so I'm. All right, so we all have the same signature skill. That's pretty funny. One other has pulse, another has secret minds. So it looks like the Disturbed Leo is probably closest to me in skills here. But I think I want to switch it to napalm. And again, it doesn't hit as many people. I don't know. Both of them are actually kind of good. But I guess when we go against hunters, I would like to have it. So let me switch it now before we're like in the thick of battle. Alright, I always have to jam this a couple times. Yep. Or maybe I just have to wait for the server to catch up to where I'm at. Not really sure. Well, I'm jamming on equip mods. Yeah, I was jamming on it the whole time. Alright, so that's what I have now. Oh, there we go. There we go. Alright, I think, yeah, we're all stocked up. Let me check my DOS here, since I'm just waiting anyway. I might as well, right? Someone was trying to tell me about accommodations before, and they were explaining they were just cosmetics to make other people afraid of you, possibly. Alright, so I'm getting there. 17 more. 17 more. I'm almost there. I'm definitely gonna be done with this by next week. I might even play this offline a little bit tomorrow just to catch up. So the next Underground I have, maybe Underground 13, that's the last one I have to make of his DLC. Definitely been a while getting here. Yeah, so 4 more Urbex. I haven't looked at any of these. Let me actually take a look at them. That actually looks like a real picture. That's pretty funny. Okay. Aren't too interesting. Okay, that's a little bit better. Good point. No UE. So who took these pictures? That's what I'm trying to wonder right now. Alright. Alright, so Nick quote Mark Rosewater, he says, resonance is important. Now I actually watched this video where he said that. I watched the same part of the video over and over again. And because he has two very similar concepts. He has piggyback, something to do with piggybacking. I'll have to wait for it to come up if it comes up, and resonant. And after listening to it at least 10 times, so I was working on some other stuff, and I just kept repeating the video over and over and over again. But am I a group leader? Yeah, do you guys want to get the mission started or what here? Tell me I'm not the group leader. Tell me I'm not the group leader. Krishna RGT. Alright, EAR.
Father, can we start the mission? This is Father, can we start the mission?
Alright, let me go here.
Can we start the mission, please?
Alright. Alright, I didn't know I was a group leader. I'm starting it now.
Hey, don't worry about it, man.
Alright, do you have a preference for what phases and shit?
Nope.
Alright.
I'm just here to have fun.
Alright, I gotcha. Alright, I'm gonna do a 2-phase operation. Be alright. Alright, let's hope this works here. Alright, so what Mark Rosewater was talking about, and again, I really tried to separate resonance and piggybacking, and I think maybe he was going for 20 to have an even number. They seemed very similar. I mean, they're even right next to each other in the presentation. But resonance has to deal with the fact that when people come into an experience, unless they are, you know, coming from a fucking vacuum, like they were just born and raised in an environment where it's all gray walls and
So it looks like the
gray
cleaners
books
are
with gray
following
pages
some
with
of our
dark gray
guys.
lettering, and
I
they eat
want my
all gray
people
food.
safe. Go get 'em.
They're going to come to the game
You're now leaving
to the
the safe
experience you're
area.
trying to design, or you are designing with like preconceived notions. So his example was, you know, he was designing a set that had to do with vampires and werewolves. So he doesn't have to start from scratch because people have expectations of what those things should do. So if you use that resonance, if you knew resonance is basically a fancy word in his description of what knowledge people come preloaded with. And a smart designer can use that to their advantage.
Agent on your team is down. Requires assistance.
This guy, can we start the mission? Dead. I do like the firebomb though, a little bit. Alright, I think we did alright there, right? So I think out of Division, I think Resonance, I think one of the stages this actually becomes vital, right? Assuming you have the resources to do it in some way, shape, or form. And if you're making a game in some way, shape, or form, you have some kind of resources to do it. But marketing, right? Because if if the Division was marketed as like a tactical looter,
Everybody's all set because I'm going to pull the lever.
I'm all set. I'll make sure I didn't miss any story drops. I lied to this guy. No, I'm good. I don't know what that was all about.
Warning. Hostiles have been detected.
I'm gonna switch to my marksman rifle here. Now I don't know if the Historian is the most damaging marksman rifle in this game, but I do like it. I do like it a lot. Oh, I thought that was an enemy. I was like, wow, I've never seen him do that before. Holy shit. But anyway, yeah, I think an important phase for Resonance is marketing, because marketing is what gives an idea of the experience that is on sale or being offered to players. In this case, Massive and Ubisoft's marketing of the Division. And people are able to resonate with what's in the marketing and try to make a little bit of a decision if they are interested in what they may resonate with. Yeah, marketing, that resonance is really important. And again, like, if you work with resonance, if you know if you have a good idea of what people already know, and that allows you to work within that scope to give you a little bit of a head start, because you don't have to invent the wheel from scratch, so to speak, or reinvent the wheel. I guess that's the best way to say that. Oh, alright, I got somebody. Alright, so we have kinetic armor. I'm just gonna keep moving. Are you doing alright? Also, I think I'm gonna cut this out at 10. Got a nice solid 3 hours of Division gameplay. No, again, no you do not. No you do not. I'd really have to take a look at marketing. For this, I kind of would need more like data to actually determine if this was successful or not. But I mean, like I was saying before, for some of the other lenses, this game was successful enough that a sequel came out. So I would think that Ubisoft has some idea of the resonance they're working with. Or I wouldn't say some idea, has a good idea of the resonance this game implies or delivers to people or communicates to people. And we're able to deliver on that for the most part. Maybe not upon launch, but eventually. Contaminated gear? I don't know what would happen if I left this guy behind. Alright, we're just gonna go. I don't know what this guy's doing. Hopefully he comes with us. Alright. Alright, I don't know what's going on here.
Sorry, my bad.
Can we start the mission? Can we start the mission? That's all I heard from this guy. Can we start the mission, please? Running around doing bullshit. Come on, man. Oh, story drop. Saw it. The audio log too. Alright, sweet.
To put it succinctly, fear sells. It makes sense for us to engage in sending the message this island is lethal. Only the Last Man Battalion has the skills, equipment, and tactics to deal with the situation, to secure any future of any sort. That's our message. That's the key to profit. So we need to find better ways of delivering on that message. Some advertising.
Alright, so it looks like we got a new quote here from Dieter Rams, and it is, good design is long lasting. And I think that conflicts with a lot of the capitalist type of tendencies that are out in the world today, and I am not, little disclaimer, I'm not anti-capitalist or anything like that. But when you look at the bottom line, would you rather make some money off a product you sell once and it lasts forever, or you don't make any more money off it? Or do you rather make a product that's not as long lasting and the user or the customer has to keep upgrading and buying little parts for it to repair and all that stuff? You're going to make more money off something that's not long lasting. And I think successful, long-lasting designs, I think that's what's referred to as classics. The designs that are so internally consistent and sound, they stand the test of time. I think there's a historian. I think it goes off my firearms score. So if we could go on all firearms, this would probably be a lot more lethal. I'm seeing a lot of red on my radar here, huh? Alright, where is everybody? And I think this is upstairs, the yellow diamond. Yeah, it's upstairs anyway, so I gotta come up here. Now the question is, will the division stand the test of time? Well, that's a somewhat easy question to answer because I don't know if Massive is going to make this game available to play offline when the servers for this game finally shut down, because they will. And by that very definition, the design will not stand the test of time. It will not be long-lasting because it has a limited life cycle, and you could say the fact that this game can only be played online and it will no longer be playable once the servers are down, that it's not long lasting, therefore not good design. Which to some extent I do agree with. There's this whole game preservation movement about games, you know, that you can no longer play because they had required online connectivity and you can no longer play them because the original company went bankrupt or dissolved or whatever. So there is something to be said for that. But I don't know, I don't think the design of the Division, down to its exact details, I don't really think it's that long lasting of a design, to be perfectly honest with you. For a lot of the reasons I mentioned, it is just movement, no mobility, it is too clunky, it's too non-responsive, it's too obtuse. I just don't see this being like the peak of cover-based systems in video games. But there are some design elements of the Division that are long-lasting. The environmental design, the cover-to-cover indicator, really good. I just think as a whole, this game's design is comprehensive, or like I mentioned before, internally consistent enough to stand the test of time. I just don't think they are. I don't think the game is. Now that doesn't mean the game as a whole is bad. The whole of the game is badly designed. It's just the things that do not make the Division long lasting. Those are bad design. Then again, you run into. So all right, let me play devil's advocate to what I just said. Right. Since design applies to so many things, for every rule that you can give, there's usually a lot of exceptions. So, ooh, shit. So, my girlfriend, she just started watching this show called, like, the Great British Bake Off or some shit like that. And we were watching it together the other night. This is an okay show. It's not fun to watch when you're on the keto diet, that's for sure, but it's okay. Ooh, let me get this guy first. But I told her that the show reminds me a little bit of Fireworks, and she looked at me confused, like, what the fuck is baking cakes and cookies and shit? What does that have to do with fireworks? And I said, well, both firework makers, right? Since fireworks are still made by hands, and these chefs that make these really fancy meals, they're both making temporary art. They know that this art's going to live for a very brief time. Then it's going to be used up, it's going to be consumed, and then it's going to be over. It's like it will never have existed except for the memories of the people that experienced it, right? So they're not really creating enduring art. They're creating art that lives in the memories of the people, right? So, would that mean by Dieter Rem's principles here, or principle that good design is long-lasting? Wait, hold on. Is that a guy dead on top of another guy? Damn, okay. It sounds like someone opened something. I want to get, oh, it's a cosmetic. I see it. The walnut boot. I want it, whatever it is. I want that walnut boot. Give me that walnut boot.
Thanks for getting my people.
Oh no, it's a green piece.
Burned alive is a nasty way to go, and you saved them. I'll remember that.
Are we going back down? Yeah. So, what I was saying before, by Dieter Rem's design principle here, does that mean that cooks, chefs, culinary artists, firework artists, anyone that creates like transient temporary art, is that bad design? And that goes into the whole very hazy and ambiguous territory that separates design and art, if there is any separation truly. Because art is hard enough to talk about as it is. Like, what is art and what is design? But now, to try to separate them, that's really that's not risky. It's difficult. It's a mental exercise to be sure.
Leo, you're coming?
And I would say no. This is where that would be an example, or at least those are two examples of where this design principle would fall flat a little bit, just because it's not long lasting. But again, that is talking about art. But then again, those things had to be designed, whether it's a cake or a firework. Like, where do you draw the line here? It might be something simple like, it might be more simple to look at this like a car, like if the design of a car lasts for like 50 years or 100 years, okay. Good design. But how does the same apply for the work of a chef? The work of an artist? It is fucking hard to say, man. Anyway. Oh, I didn't mean to throw that. Oh, I guess I did. Alright, so we have the lens of infinite inspiration. Let me make sure I didn't miss any story drops, because I could have. Alright, looks like we're good so far. Alright, so first question is, what is an experience I've had that I would want to share with others? Man, that is a broad ass question. Let me read the second part of that to try to get more context. In what small way can I capture the essence of that experience and put it into the game? Alright, so let's start with the identity and theme of the game. You know, military, secret ops, black ops, activated Manchurian candidate agents. I don't really know what the division agents are, if they know they're division agents, if you know they're activated and not. I don't know. Or they just were trained like normal people and then told to go back and live their normal life, and they have to get called into, they get drafted. I really don't know the full details of the division agents. Anyway, so I guess the experience I would draw from most in context of this game would be my military background.
Hostiles have been detected.
And I'd say maybe, I don't know if this meshes well with the game, and I think they're trying to do it with the JTF, but they kind of failed in some respects. Is one of the things I liked the most about the Army was the feeling I was part of something bigger, right? I love that feeling. I felt like the stuff I was doing actually mattered. And I miss that feeling, like, when I actually sit back and I think about my time in the Army, that's what I miss the most. I miss that feeling of being part of something bigger. But this game is trying to give you the feeling of, you know, you're this division agent badass that can overcome like great odds by themselves or in a group. So I don't know if that could really match up with putting in the... I don't know if that'd be the best fit for this game. Well, thank God he just stood there and took it. You have anyone else? Alright, yeah, all the way over here, okay. Alright, we got him. Got him, coach. Alright, let's see if there's any story drops. I know you must be sick of hearing me say that. Anyone that actually may be watching, but hey, gotta say it. Gotta do it. Alright, I'm going the opposite of the yellow diamond here. Big no-no. Go where the diamond says. I have a feeling we're going to run into hunters soon. Alright, any story drops here? Nope. Oh, he opened it. Nice. Oh, here's this little roundabout thing. These little sewer donut loops. Why can't my character just jump over that? I mean, maybe it's safer going this way, but it just seems so weird. It just seems so weird. Like, just jump over that. Or, you know what? Better yet, just don't even have it in the game at all. Because your jump capabilities are very limited in this game, so just don't even put it in there.
Alert. Detecting hostiles.
So, alright. So if I wanted to try to put the experience of, like, I'm part of something bigger than myself, I don't think that could really be accomplished by, like, Well, it can somewhat, if you're really in a tight-knit group, like you feel you're part of this unit, you have your job. I mean, that could simulate that. That could instill that feeling I had. But again, that's kind of risky to try to put that in there, though. That was a highly... Alright, there's still a fair amount of them. It's worth using this. Yeah, now that I figured out, like, these secret mines are an option, it's like having unlimited grenades. I love them. Right in the head. Right in the head.
Detecting hostiles.
Oh shit, these are hunters. They're everywhere. Alright, got him. Alright, hopefully that bought us some time there. Oh shit, okay. Oh man. Alright, I have to relax on the game design quotes for a little bit. Alright. So I learned from last time that us being all grouped up may not be the best thing, but it does help me get there if they get revived. Alright, they just killed another one. Oh shit.
Warning. An agent on your team requires aid immediately.
Oh shit. Oh. Oh god, are you serious? They're all dead. Oh my god, get uncover. I need to revive one of these guys. I'm not gonna stay alive otherwise. Oh shit. Oh. Damn. That's the way it usually goes. We get killed by a hunter, then we start all over. Don't run into hunters again. Don't get their loot.
Warning. Hostiles detected.
JTF doesn't know what's good for him. At all.
Ah, you son of a bitch! Yeah, I'm still trying to think, like, if there's anything else I would want to put in the Division if I had a choice. Besides being able to easily understand something. But I guess, I feel that's too vague. Maybe non-military is the way to go? Well, anyway. Looks like that quote rotated out, so we could forget that for now. Drop anything? Nope. Alright, so it's from D to Rams. We have good design as little design as possible. Alright, so there comes a point in any design, whether it's a Division or a teapot or whatever, where the design meets the minimum requirements in that it needs to for the product to accomplish what it was meant to do. The question is, how far do you want to go past that design and why? Right? Because let's say you design everything like physically, like structure-wise, like to accomplish everything you wanted to do. Okay, now it's time to like to decorate it with paint and stuff. That won't really interfere with the functionalities too much, depending on how you decorate it. But again, could those otherwise meaningless decorations or non-connected decorations, could they be done in such a way that aid the actual design of the product? I'm sure there's it can be. Like something as simple as like, you know, I know it seems kind of stupid, but if you have a teapot, like paint on the teapot, grab here. You know, the teapot handle. I mean, of course you know to grab here. But I mean, it wouldn't hurt, right? Other than maybe not making the teapot looking that aesthetic or that fashionable or whatever. Now with the Division, the whole looter shooter part, that didn't necessarily need to be added, right? Now if they're going for a looter shooter, of course, but the core loop of gunplay, taking cover, finding weapons, equipping better weapons, that could have remained without the whole. Oh wow, look at, there we go. Drop.
I've been considering the options, and I think we have to go bigger here. To crush the competition, we have to literally crush the competition. If there are tunnels out of Manhattan, and there are people who know how to navigate these tunnels, and if they are getting people out of Manhattan via those tunnels, well, it doesn't matter if they're doing it for love or money. It has to stop. Sure, we can discourage the service by killing the competitors. We can leave piles of dead bodies. We can even mutilate those dead bodies to really send a message. But as long as those still exist, we have a problem.
Okay, just one more drop for me. That's the way I'm looking at it. Alright, let's let these two jokers catch up here. So yeah, there are a lot of things that were added to the bare minimum design of the Division. Like, I think the amount of weapons, specifically, as I was mentioning before, you have like a weapon name, and then you have many variations of that same weapon. So M249, M249B, M249, BAV, Soma, like damn, you just don't need that many variations. They're just not needed. But maybe to someone that really appreciates like the looter shooter grinds, maybe they love that shit. Maybe that shit. Now, like I mentioned before, I play Warframe a lot, and that's definitely a fucking looter shooter slash looter shooter, a brawler, because you could do melee combat or firearms combat or anywhere in between. Like, you can. And there are variations of same weapons. Like, for example, there's a weapon called the bolter. There's a normal bolter, And then there's two upgrades to it that are actually side grades of one another. One's called the Telos Bolter, and one's called the Bolter Prime. So that's 3 variations. And I don't mind that. But they have really distinct names, right? And you don't really just happen across them. You really you purposely have to like set out to get them. So they're a little bit easier to remember. So there's a certain number of variations I'm willing to tolerate, but when I'm going through the weapons list in a division, it just seems like it's just so excessive. I'm just like, man, I would have just liked one version of one weapon. I don't mind if there's still a bunch of weapons, but I don't need a bunch of variations on the same weapon is what I'm saying. So it looks like we got a lot of people here. It usually is like the impatient players that die. Like, if you remember, if anyone's been watching the stream since the beginning, this father guy's like, can we start the mission? And he's the one dying the most. Speaking of the devil. Yeah, there's no Lihim out there. He has to learn a lesson, like, shit, dude, stop running into combat.
One's by the fire near the subway car.
Oh yeah, 10, holy shit. I guess I'll cover this guy.
We got 3 up top.
Oh shit. Alright, he actually died for once. Surprised.
Sniper and back all the way. Sniper and back.
Ah. I mean, this guy's being useful. He's not like totally like spamming the mic, so it's useful, I'd say. Oh shit is right. You know what? I got something for you. Oh, she's dead from that? Didn't expect her to die from that. Alright, now if we ran into hunters here, I think we'd be a little bit better. A little bit more of an open space. Let me get my walnut boot though. Alright, now let me get the fuck out of here. Post haste. Ooh, we got a lot of enemies here. Oh, this fire guy, why does he keep dying? Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit, I didn't realize they flanked me so bad. Damn.
We got a shield guy and a couple of grenaders in that area where the blinking light is.
I guess he's just trying to be helpful when he's down here. That's not so bad. We still have people like... Oh shit. So there's no safe cover out there. God damn it.
Lil, you got 2 grenaders on the far left. 1 gold, 1 purple. Past the subway car.
Oh shit, 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 shit. Oh, this is rough shit, man. This is rough shit. At least they're not healing themselves, not yet. Oh, man. Alright, my Nomad's like halfway back. I'm running low on ammo, though. Oh no, PS4 remote play, don't fuck up now. There's still guys over here? No. Okay. Are we supposed to be protecting something? I see a bar. Oh my god.
The LMB back on its feet. Way to go.
Jesus Christ. We had to get some kind of drop from that. We had to get some kind of drop from that. I see it, I see it. One of these motherfuckers had to drop something, I thought. Alright, no classifieds. No classifieds. Just more green stuff.
Can someone open up the door, please?
This guy has got to be one of the more annoying players I've ever played with. He's got to be. You just run into those players though. I am immediately disbanding though. Can't even walk up the stairs. Holy oh, there we go. Open up the door so I can hold everyone up. I'll join this guy. Alright. Alright. I think I'll end on that note. It wasn't so bad. I succeeded in all the missions I actually played. I'm making significant progress towards the drops. And I'm only, what, 1 level and 1/10 away from maxing out, so this underground's gonna be soon. It's definitely gonna get done by next week, like, before the end of next week, rather. I won't be playing this for too much longer. Alright. Other guy was cool, but
An agent is now leaving your team.
yeah, that guy was mad annoying. Balding Rose. I've seen this guy plenty of times before. Kind of a bad player. Where's the me? If that's actually believable. Oh my god. Alright, so let me switch to my OBS here. It's about that time, fella. It's about that time. It's about that time of night. So, next time I'll be streaming is Sunday at noon, most likely playing the Magic, the Magic the Gathering. Might switch up Warframe to be Friday nights. I think, I'm still experimenting with my schedule and, whatnot. Nothing set in stone. But I know I definitely want to, sink in a lot of the Division because I want to get all the, trophies for this game before the servers get taken offline. Let me, get out of this before, he starts us on another mission. So, it looks like I got plenty of drops to go through too, so that's not so bad. But either way, yeah, it was an eventful Friday night, I'd say, for streaming. Friday morning definitely saw a lot more activity, but that's okay, because like, big thing with me streaming is I'm going to stream anyway, so I might as well. I mean, I'm going to game anyway, so I might as well stream while I'm gaming, you know? I mean, that's just a harsh reality of it, so that's what I might as well do. But let me think here. Do I want to keep playing? Do I want to not? Not really sure. I mean, I feel that I made a bit of progress tonight, and I ended on a relatively good note. Got a mega 6-pack here getting kind of close to me, weirdo. Freaking weirdo. But yeah, I think that's going to conclude it for me for tonight. Like I said, I'll be streaming again this Sunday at noon, most likely Magic the Gathering Arena. And the next time I'll be streaming the Division is, I believe, Monday night. But I'm going to take a hard look at my schedule, my statistics and whatnot, and I might change it up. But still, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. That seems like it will be staying. But to anyone that may come across this stream, or has come across this stream, or is watching, or may watch, whatever it may be, I do want to send a thank you out. Appreciate you watching, even if you're like lurking somewhere in the shadows. It doesn't matter, as long as someone's watching. And even if it's not, I always come back to I'm going to stream anyway. So anyway, this has been Lihim. I'll be signing out for tonight, and hope to see some of you or any of you around sometime soon. All right, peace out.